This top took me just a couple of days to make. It's simply made of chains and some single crochets for the border, so stitch-wise it's very easy. And I also love how flattering the underarm shaping is. The top is made to measure, so you can make it wider or longer. You can also adjust the length of the straps. So this is the yarn I'm using. You can use a different one, but this one is 85% cotton and 15% polyester, and it calls for a 6mm crochet hook. But I actually think it would be better with a 5mm. This is just from my personal experience. If you're using a yarn you've never used before, you should stick to the recommended hook size. So first, make a slip knot and insert your hook. Make a chain that is the circumference of your underbust. So make sure it fits around your underbust, and you'll also have to make sure your chain number is a multiple of 4. Okay, so I chained 88 and I'm able to wrap this around myself. My underbust is 31 inches, and when this chain is relaxed, it's 30 inches. But if I just slightly stretch it, it can go up to 31 inches. So that's how you want it to fit. So after 88 chains, I'm going to join in the round. But I need to make sure this chain is not twisted when I join it. So like that. And then I'm going to insert my hook in the last chain here. So like that. And then you grab this yarn and make a slip stitch. So yarn over and pull it through. So this is the bottom of the top, and the first round is just going to be single crochets. So chain 1. In the same stitch we just slip stitched into, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is a single crochet. You can mark this stitch. Just place the stitch marker in the top 2 loops, and then in the next chain, insert your hook again, make a single crochet. So you're just going to do this for the very first round, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So that is the last stitch, and that's a single crochet in it. That one might look like a stitch, but it's not. So if you're not sure, you should definitely count your stitches from the very first one, which is marked, to this one. I should have 88 stitches. Your stitch number should be the same as your beginning chain number. Okay, so after that, I'm going to slip stitch in this first stitch. So insert your hook and slip stitch. Okay, from the next round, we're going to begin the chains. So I'm going to start with a single crochet in the first stitch. So chain 1 at the beginning of the round, and in the same stitch, make a single crochet. Okay, so after that, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna skip 3 stitches. So that's the stitch we just worked into. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3. And then in this one, make a single crochet again. So insert your hook. You might want to hold this loop, and you pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's another single crochet. So like that. And then you're just gonna do it again, chain 5, 4, 5. Skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. In the very next stitch, make a single crochet. And then you just repeat this for the whole round. I'll see you near the end of the round. Okay, so I have 3 stitches left, and I've got a single crochet here, 3 stitches, and then the beginning single crochet. The last one is a little bit different. If we chained 5 and then slip stitch here, and then we're gonna have to move up either here or here to the top of the chain to begin the next round. So what we do here is we chain 2, and then we make a double crochet in this stitch. You'll see why. So to make a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook in this first single crochet, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And now as you can see, instead of being here, we're now here at the top of the chain. And then to begin the next round, we're going to chain 1, and then I'm going to make a single crochet, but we're working in this direction. So I'll just insert here, and we're working like this under these 2 top loops. So insert your hook here and make a single crochet like that. And that's how you start the first single crochet. You can place a stitch marker here, so when you come back, you can find the first stitch very easily. And then we do the same thing. We chain 5, 3, 4, 5. And this time, instead of skipping stitches, we're just gonna work in the next loop here. So insert like that and make a single crochet. And then you continue doing that. Chain 5, insert in the next loop, and make a single crochet. Continue doing this to finish this round. So now I've come back around. This is the beginning of the round. Again, if I chain 5 and slip stitch here, I'll be here. So at the end of every round, we do the same thing, which is chain 2 and make a double crochet in this stitch. So yarn over and insert in the first single crochet. You want to hold this one so it doesn't move around like that. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're just going to repeat this round, the round that we just did. Right? So chain 1 and work a single crochet here in this stitch. Don't forget to do this at the beginning of every round, because if you forget to do this, you'd have to rip the whole round and redo this at the beginning. So I'm just gonna repeat this one round and work my way up. And again, if you need help with finding the beginning of the round, you just use a stitch marker. So I just repeated that row until I have 12 rows of this. And this is how you count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 rows of that, and this is how you know the length. So you just hang this piece like that, and then place it like that, and then you measure this. So it's about 7 inches for me, and of course you can stretch it more like that, but that's not how it's gonna be when you wear it. This is gonna be how you wear it, and this is how you're gonna measure it. Okay, so next we're going to split this round into two. So we'll have these ones for the front and these ones for the back. And then continue making this kind of shape to shape the armholes. The exact stitch for the underarm is the single crochet right before the double crochet. This one. So I'm going to mark it, and I'm going to find the other underarm as well. So I'm just counting the same number of stitches from that spot. And it's this one, this single crochet here. Okay, so that means these stitches is gonna be at the front and these at the back. So from the next round, which will be more like a row, because we're gonna be working stitches back and forth. So from this stitch marker to that one, and then turn and work our way back, and then turn again, work that way. I'm gonna continue working from here, but from this row we don't need to chain one and make a single crochet anymore. We can just begin with 5 chains, and again, if you need to mark it, keep doing that, and then a single crochet in the next space, chain 5, single crochet here again. So keep working like that all the way to this stitch marker. Actually, the space before the stitch marker. Okay, so I've worked a single crochet here, and my next space is before the stitch marker. Instead of chain 5 single crochet here, I'm going to do the same thing as we've been doing, chain 2, and then double crochet here. But here I need to work in the 3rd chain, the middle one, not in the space, but in the 3rd stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the 3rd one. So yarn over, insert your hook in the top 2 loops, and make a double crochet. And then turn your work, repeat the last row, beginning with a chain 5, single crochet in the next space, and then when you get to the last space, you can actually see there's one more row here. So that's the last space. You chain 2 and do the same thing, work a double crochet in the middle chain. If the stitches look too confusing for you, at the beginning of the row, after you chain 5, you can mark the 3rd chain, and then when you get back, you'll know this is the stitch you should work that double crochet into. Okay, so that's the underarm. That's the first row we did. Second, third. So I did 3 rows here in total. And then the next row, I'm going to work a straight line like that. So I'll chain 1. At the end of the row, you chain 1 and turn. So that's the chain 1, that's the first stitch, which is a double crochet. You work a single crochet in there, and then chain 3 instead of 5. 1 single crochet in this space, and then you chain 3 again, single crochet in the space. Continue doing this to the end of the row. So that's the last space. I chained 3 here. Now I'm going to work a single crochet in the third stitch. One, two, three. In the top 2 loops, work a single crochet. Chain 1, last row, turn. The last row, I'm just going to work single crochets. In the first stitch, in the first single crochet, work a single crochet. And this is the chain 3, so I'm going to work 3 single crochets in this space. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 single crochet in this single crochet. Chain 3, so 3 single crochets. So continue doing this, 1 single crochet, 3 single crochets, 1 single crochet to the end of the row. So 3 single crochets here, and then 1 single crochet in the very last stitch. And then I'm going to chain 1, cut this yarn and pull through. Okay, for the back, I'm going to make it the same as the front. And I'm going to attach my yarn here. So that's the middle stitch. And I'll attach here in the third chain. So make a slip knot. And then insert your hook in the third chain. Pull this loop through. Chain 1 and pull tight. And then from here, I'll do the same thing as I did for the back panel. Chain 5. And then single crochet in the next space. Repeat this all the way to the next stitch marker. So repeat it to here, the space right before the stitch marker, which marks the underarm. So single crochet here, chain 2, and then double crochet in this stitch. And then chain 5, turn your work, repeat this row. So it's exactly the same as the back panel. If you need to, you can rewind the video to that part. Like I said, the back panel is the same as the front panel. So after 3 rows, I'm gonna do the same thing here, these 2 rows. So do those 2 rows, and then I'll see you at the end of the last row. Okay, so after this row, I'm going to make the strap. I'm going to make a chain that goes over my shoulder and reach the other side. For this, I made 35 chains, and then I attached it to the first stitch here with a slip stitch. So just to be safe, you can place a stitch marker here and then put this on to make sure it's the right length for you. And if it's too short, you just add 5 more chains. And then you keep adding 5 chains each time until it reaches your desired length. Okay, so after that, I'm going to continue working under the arm and then along this chain and then back here. And I'm going to be working single crochets. Chain 1 to begin the round. I'm going to work 1 single crochet here. And you can mark this stitch. And then for this edge, I'm going to work 1 single crochet here and then 2 single crochets in the chains, and then 1 single crochet here, 2 single crochets here. This is not a chain, it's a double crochet, but we're going to treat it as a chain and work 2 single crochets in it, 1 single crochet, 2 singles, 1 single, until you reach this bottom here. Okay, so when you reach the bottom here, it's in this shape. You're just gonna work 1 single crochet in this stitch and then continue working 2 single crochets, 1 single, 2 single to this chain here. So around here, you're just gonna try to make your single crochets evenly. I'm gonna work 1 single here. And then we'll work 1 single crochet in each chain. And for this chain, you can just work in the back loop here. This is the back loop. 1 single crochet in each stitch. So I'm working my last single crochet in this stitch. And then I'm gonna make sure this is not twisted and slip stitch in this stitch. This is the very first stitch. And then chain 1 to fasten off. And then the other strap is worked in the same way. And for this one, you're going to attach your yarn here, make the same number of chains, and slip stitch here. And then you work 1 round of single crochet just like that. Fasten off, and that's it.